If Ukraine becomes a part of Russia, how do you think the civilians will react to it? Would they have any say at all in the future? Will it come like another Tibet? You know, I don't know who it is who said this. The weak do what they will. And no, sorry, not the weak. I got it backwards. The strong do what they will, and the weak must suffer as they must. That's how it goes. What do the Ukrainian civilians have to do with this? Nothing. How will they react to it? They will have to swallow their pride and accept the new circumstances. Right. Anyway, they were part of the USSR. It was all mainly run by Russians. So it's not something that's new for them. They are also not some separate culture, separate ethnicity, separate race or anything. They are Slavic people, just like the Russians. It's a very similar culture. The language is very similar. The customs are very similar. The culture is very similar. So it's not going to be something significantly different. There won't be a very big change for the Ukrainian civilians. Some of them will not be happy with it. Some of them will say, oh, well, so what? Life goes on, and so on. So the Ukrainian civilians will not have much of a say in any of this. Right? Democracy is a nice thing to talk about, but there is no real democracy anywhere in the world, even in the Western countries, the so called liberal democracies, as we can see these days. Right? So Ukraine will not become another Tibet. In Tibet, what you're seeing is complete cultural genocide. Tibetan culture has been stamped out. The only place where Tibetan culture really survives is in India. In Tibet, children are not even allowed to study in their mother tongue. They are made to study, all their education is in Chinese. In India, it's all in Indian. It's all in English. So we are also in a way colonized. Anyway, that's a different story. So Ukraine will not become like another Tibet. It will become the way Ukraine was under the USSR, kind of. If Mr. Putin chooses to take over the whole of Ukraine, or otherwise, it may become the western part of Ukraine may become a puppet state, a satellite state of Russia. So that remains to be seen. But the Ukrainian civilians have no say in what happens, none whatsoever.